Hey guys. Let's start our video really slowly today. Yes, we are having a story today. Story about a man, a wise old man who is responsible for making the best team in Utopia. Active in saving Utopia, in saving its dignity now. Team. The Team Invincibles, with whom you are already familiar with, if you watch our content regularly.
Let's make it really slow today. Today our world is filled with stress, crime and strong noises.
That's why we are starting this story in a quiet manner to make you and your brain engage perfectly. Welcome to Mutaki no Buntai, or Team Invincibles, and this is Tokugawa, the man behind the formation of them Invincibles.
But before that, please take a look at Invincible Sensei, how he looks. As you can see, he doesn't look so special. As we already told, that he is very simple and clever, and we all know that clever people are often very simple looking.
They don't show off, like today everyone is doing.
Tokugawa Sensei. This is his life story, how he became so patient, calm, focused, clever, enlightened, and the best sensei in the whole Japanese continent. So now, let's look into the story. Here it is. When Shadow, the greatest fighter ever and the founder of Utopia, was leaving Utopia, his last wish was to meet that one person who will become the sensei of his descendants. He didn't had much time before leaving Utopia. So, he meditated for hours, and after that went to a place where his subconscious was telling him to find that one person.
Where he went was the middle of the city market, where there were many people who were common but could prove to be a sensei, but what his subconscious was telling was really different. He found a little boy who could not have aged above 12. Somewhere around between 10 to 12 years old.
Shadow knew at once that the boy standing in front of him with a small ponytail and blue robe is the actual sensei of his descendants, Invincibles. He called that boy with a hand gesture. A pleasant smile was coming from his face. The boy came at once, running. Came to him and recognized him.
Shadow! He exclaimed, with his eyes wide open, in surprise.
Shadow put a finger on his lips, telling the boy to keep quiet. Because he didn't want others to know his presence right there. And took that boy with him, under the shade of a Japanese tree. The small boy looked so confused and was continuously looking at Shadow. Shadow took 2 leaves from the tree in both palms, showed it to that little boy and started to explain him something.
Something for hours and hours, he was explaining and teaching to that little boy. It was nearly midnight now. Shadow, in his last few minutes on Utopia before leaving, asked that little boy his name. The boy was sitting in a lotus yoga pose. Slowly, he opened his eyes. It was so quiet around as everybody were asleep, in their houses.
Sakamoto, Tokugawa Sakamoto, the boy replied.
Shadow, looking at that boy, smiled and left Utopia at that very moment, forever.
Now, Tokugawa turned back to look Shadow, but there was no one standing now.
From that day, Tokugawa had only one goal for his life, to become the best warrior for the rest of his life. For this, he did so much of intense trainings, and for years and years he continued it.
Each and every day he did the same training. His own sensei was very strict man. Tokugawa never understood his sensei's arrogant behavior, but with time he understood that all this was all for his own good.
After many years, Tokugawa became a grandfather, and that was the first and last time when he saw his sensei smile with exclamation. "You're ready," he exclaimed. When Ronin, Tokugawa's grandson, turned 3 years, his training started. And after that everything turned into a history.
Today Tokugawa is the best sensei in the whole Asian continent, and teaches nobody except for Shadow's descendants, who are called as Team Invincibles or Muteki no Buntais.
Even he didn't train the last 3 Invincibles unless they were worthy, and turned it to his first 4 Invincibles to look after the trainings.
It is believed that Shadow taught Sensei something that nobody still knows, not even his disciples, the Invincibles. Is it Shadow's secret training? Or something else? What do you think is that Sensei has been taught?
Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more. This was Sensei's full story. See you really soon in the next story video. Like, share and comment, and remember, keep witnessing.